we're going to continue on with the work on our Mercedes. Moving back on the fender, we've got the headlight bucket in the front of the fender rebuilt. Now we've got to work on this heel part. We did this on the other side. Pretty much going to be the same procedure. We need to cut this part away. I've got a patch panel that I bought for this section, so that'll make this easier. Once we get this section of the fender cut away, there's a lot of rebuilding that has to be done behind here, because there's a lot of rot to the structural pieces that are behind the fender area. So all that has to be fixed first before we can fit up our fender patch and get that put in. And once we get all that done, that'll leave this whole front section of the car finished up and ready for body work. Alright, we're continuing on with our fender repairs. I've cut off my heel from the fender so I could see inside and figure out what else I have to repair. And then I went ahead and cut out my section of the toe board that was bad, and I used a piece of toe board from the driver's side that I'm going to use as a patch. So I cut that out the size of that, so that'll fit in there when I'm done. I can see on the inner rocker I've got some rot at the bottom, so I'll probably have to cut this up about 2 to 3 inches and put a section in here. On the inside is the supports where the jack hooks into the rocker panel at. That has to be repaired. That's all got to be solid for when the excuse me, if you have to jack the car up. I'm going to replace the outer rocker panel front section here, and I've got a template made up for that already, so I can replace the rotted areas and get a fresh flange here for my toe board to attach to. And then I can cut away this section of the outer cowl and work on my top of the rocker panel. Replace this section here so that this is connected again. Fix my cowl, and then replace the bottom of the fender heel with the patch panel I have. Alright, continuing on here with the reconstruction of this rocker panel on the passenger side. As you can see, I've got my pieces all made. Made this out of several different sections here. We got a piece in here to re-strengthen the inner side where the floor pan welds up to. I've got the jack stop reinforced again with the 2 bottom pieces. I welded one on here and one on the other side. And then we've got a section I put in here, and then another section here, because I did these separate because of this curvature that's in here. Wanted to make sure I got that right. You can see. And then made up another section to go along the lip here where our cowl connects down to, and also the fender, bottom of the fender heel actually welds to this also. So I wanted to get this lip back to full strength. It had been pretty deteriorated and was a lot thinner than it should be, so I went ahead and just put a new piece in there for the lip. And then made up the top section of the rocker panel here. As you can see, this Z section here lays on top. I just did a lap weld on the inside of the rocker. Made this section here for where our toe board will reattach to, and then fix the cowl section, put a little section in here. So I've got 2 pieces to finish up to get this area back to being solid again. I've got my toe board section, which fits in here quite nicely. I'll have to make up a small piece to go along the bottom edge here, and then fit the fender heel section in. So all in all, this is coming along quite nice. And you'll notice, this is another one of those areas where your welds don't have to be pretty. Your joints don't have to disappear. Once this fender section is on, this will never be seen again. So you don't have to waste time making everything nice and so you don't see it, because you're just wasting time. But there, that's where we're at. So I'm gonna keep going with this, and I'll bring you back once I get maybe I'll bring you back after I get the toe board section done. I may fix the floor while I'm doing the toe board, and probably save this section here for last. Well, big days come. We've reached about the end of the rust repairs on our 69 Mercedes 280 SL. I've got the fender heel put back in place, the new replacement panel I've got. All the inner structure has been repaired here in the toe board area, of course, you've seen that. And I've got these rocker panels actually screw onto the car. They're a separate piece that just has some small screws that holds it on. I don't know why they did it that way, but I have to figure out how I'm going to paint that. So I fit that. I've had to make some repairs in the rear here. Get a light. All right. I've had to do some repairs in the back where this rocker panel meets the bottom of this inner wheel section. I just had to make this small section back here for this. There's a couple of screws that go in through here that'll hold it on. There's some screws that go in here along the top here and then along the bottom of it. So we've got all that finished. I've got my floor pan repaired back here. So this is all done. I had to put in a small patch over here. I don't know why that rusted out, but it did. So that's finished, and I think that's about all there is left on this car. I can't believe a major hurdle has finally been accomplished with this car, and we've got all the rust issues taken care of. It's been a long time coming, longer than I would have liked it taken, longer than the owners liked it to have taken. But now we can move on to the bodywork stage on this vehicle and keep moving forward with this project. So thanks for following along. If you like this series on this Mercedes, click the like button, share some comments, share the videos with your friends. Again, I appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel, and we're going to see you again real soon.